Hey everybody, we're going to do a review on this Browning X-Bolt Hell's Canyon Speed Long Range McMillan. Quite the mouthful there for a name. This rifle I bought actually when it was a limited introduction by Browning. A little harder to get this at the time. Since then they went to current production in this Browning with the McMillan Stock. This one's in 300 WSM, 300W or Winchester Short Magnum. This has a 26-inch fluted barrel and 1 in 10 twist. Has a threaded muzzle brake here. This comes from the factory. It does a sufficient job of reducing recoil. It's amazing. This big 30 caliber rifle in a Magnum, you think kick you, but it shoots just as soft kicking as my 308 X-Bolt, I'd say. On top of this, from the factory, comes with the 20 MOA Picatinny rail there. On top of this, I put a Vortex HST, Viper HST. I believe this is, yeah, up to 6 to 24 power by 50 millimeter lens. Right now I got the sun shade on there. Makes for definitely a longer scope. But I find the sunshade definitely better for those sunny days when you're out in long range. So yeah, as all Browning X-Bolts, this has the nice 60-degree bolt, which is, that's what sold me on Browning. Like I've tried out some Remington 700s and your thumb would be banging up against that scope every freaking time you load it. So nice 60-degree bolt, keeps you away from the scope. Been shooting great, guys. I had this about 2-3 years now. Like I said, I bought it when it was a limited production. It was a little harder to find. So yeah, let's talk about different ammo I tried in it. I did a previous video on factory ammo test. So I tested about 8 boxes, and I like the Precision Hunter ELDX and the new Federal Premium with the Burger hybrid bullets. Both those shoot great groups. I might get into hand loading on 300 WSM, but I mainly do hand loading for pistol cartridges so far, so I'll need a couple of conversion kits. But going down to the bipod on this rifle. So I just got the bipod adapter attachment on the swivel stud right now. I might get a better adapter, which would entail me drilling into the stock, but right now this is okay. I got the Atlas bipod. I love this bipod, guys. This is multiple adjustments, military grade aluminum. Comes on, off, and easy pretty good. Move this different stages here. That's great. Really light bipod. Expensive, hard to get, up here in Canada at least. But I'm glad I got it. I got I raised the cheek piece on this gun. So this McMillan stock is a Game Scout stock. So it has the nice flat thumb stock here where you thumb rest, the straight comb here. The straight comb is here, but so here is it doesn't have a raised cheek piece whatsoever. So that's one thing I wish it had. So in order to get my cheek weld in the proper spot where it needs to be, this scope height here with that 20 MOA rail is about 2 inches off the bore line. So I really needed to get it up, so I put Velcro, about a 1.5 inch riser underneath this ammo bag. So I got strap-on riser underneath, this ammo bag on top. So that really helps me get the proper weld a little higher and gets my face right in line with that scope. So that's what I did with this stock. Since then it's been perfect. I know some of the new the 2020 SHOT Show, they have a couple new stocks where they have adjustable cheek pieces, and I guess they heard people talk about that and they put that in there, so that's good. I prefer this McMillan stock over the new Browning, what do they call it? The Max long range. So at the beginning stages of Browning coming into long range segment with custom rifles, which they're pretty good, but I wouldn't say they're custom, but they started getting into long range. They had, I think the first one was the Hell's Canyon Speed long range. So it was essentially the same thing as the other Speed with a longer barrel and I think with the muzzle brake. So then they dropped the same action into the McMillan Stock, which caught my eye right away. I love these stocks, guys, for long range, especially in prone. So I tried to get my hands on this for about a year. Limited production was hard to find, but I finally got a good deal on it. They definitely shot up in price now. But then after they saw all the attention and all the popularity of these long-range guns, they started to make their own stock. So that's what we see in 2020 SHOT Show, or it might have been 2019 they introduced it, but it's the Browning Long Range Max, or Max. It's the black stock. So that stock is made, I believe, in-house by Browning. So that particular one doesn't use McMillan stocks. And that one has a cheek piece that's able to be adjusted. I've held those. It's a different stock. It takes a little bit of getting used to. I prefer the McMillan stock myself, but it's good to see they're making their own stock too. So that's why it went production right away, so they could get a lot of those out. I got a Vortex bubble level on this, right on the scope. I put it up here. Fits with the MOA rail fine at the back. It wouldn't have fit, but I like it a little further, so I just peek my eye out and I can see that great. What else haven't I talked about? Yeah, this scope is MOA adjustments. I've shot out to, I guess, 800 yards so far. This is about as big as I get in the property here, but shoot primarily at 500 yards. And it's great accurate, guys. I have some steel plates up at 800, and I'm shooting groups at 800 at 6 inches to 8 inches. And I know I could get better, but that's pretty damn good for a factory rifle with factory ammunition. So, well, I hope you guys got all the info you need on an X-Bolt. Oh, I'm sure there's lots more videos out there on X-Bolts themselves, but this one's on the long range McMillan, which is definitely growing popularity. Glad to see that they got this in current production so a lot of people could have it. And I feel like a lot of people would be pleased to have a rifle like this for long range. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Until next time, Bull Bear 45. See you later.